Hey, my name is Catherine. I'm an AmeriCorps member serving with Environmental Education Learning Corps here in Kentucky. Today we're going to be looking at what plants are blooming in our backyards or in our neighborhoods, and I think that this is really important as a way to get some fresh air, get some exercise, and take time for ourselves during the COVID-19 pandemic that's going on right now. Being able to take care of ourselves while still maintaining that 6-foot distance is really important for us to be doing right now, so we can not only take care of ourselves but our fellow community members as well. Getting outside is also really, really good for us because it's going to be able to help us lower a lot of that anxiety and stress that I'm sure a lot of us are experiencing right now. It's going to help us get more vitamin D, which is going to improve our immune system. It's going to help with our focus, and it's also going to give us the time that we need to take a moment to slow down, to process what's going on, to check in with ourselves, our mind and our body, and see what we're feeling, what we're experiencing, and creating the safe space for us to do that. So I'm hoping that this video gives you a chance to do that. I'm hoping that it also helps you have a chance to revel in a lot of the beauty that is around us that we can find even just in the plants that are growing in our backyards, in our neighborhoods, and in our parks. I also hope that you get a chance to learn a little bit about basic plant identification and observation, and learn about how you can do that even just with the stuff that you find in your own backyard. So with that, let's go take a look at what we can find. Here you will see that we have a giant patch of purple dead nettle. It is a common plant that you'll see in yards, on the side of sidewalks and parks. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you are already familiar with this plant or have seen it around. A way that you can ID it and some of its characteristics include this kind of spade-shaped leaf. It is fuzzy to the touch. You'll see how it changes color from, a lot of the time it's green at the bottom with a little bit more purple at the top. The flower that is on it, you can see, is a usually bright pink to purple color. It has this kind of hood petal on the top with this, what some people call fang-like petal at the bottom. So you can see that shape a little bit better. And just like the leaf, the stem is a little fuzzy as well, and it does have that square shape to it. It is part of the mint family, and a lot of the time is a really great source for pollen for bees in the earlier months when pollen is a little bit harder to find. This is another really familiar plant that I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen around. It is the dandelion. It grows in a lot of, sidewalk cracks, lawns. It can show up in disturbed areas, parks. So really all over. Ways that we can identify it is it has this yellow flower at the top, a single flower on each stem. The shape is this kind of landing pad shape, which is really characteristic of a lot of flowers in the aster family, such as the sunflower. The stem is kind of waxy, this kind of tube shape, and then the leaf is this long kind of leaf, also kind of waxy, has this toothed shape to it. I'm sure lots of us have seen these when they're mature, and when they mature into a spherical seed head. Lots of us, I'm sure, have picked it and blown it into the wind, which shows one of the ways that its seed is distributed is by wind. And, it's a really vital source for a lot of early pollinators for nectar, and it's also a really highly nutritious plant, lots of vitamins and minerals within it. So that is the dandelion. So here we have a really giant field of spring beauties here at this park. And ways that we can identify it, if we take a closer look, is they have these 5 petals. The petals can range from white to pink with these darker pink kind of stripes on them. And each flower is on this kind of side shoot of the main stem. The main stem is also hairless, kind of a tube shape, similar to what we saw on the dandelion. And the leaves are really long, almost grass-like, and they're really simple and broad. And this plant you'll see blooming usually between March and May, and a lot of the time can be found in forests, lawns, roadsides, just to name a few. So that is the spring beauty. So here we have the common blue violet. This flower is native to eastern North America. The flowers consist of 5 petals, 5 like purplish, bluish to purplish petals. These can come in all kinds of different shades, and some of them even come in white. And if you look at that petal structure, it kind of has these 2 sets of parallel petals, and then this one down here, this bottom little petal. And they're pretty delicate. They each grow on their own separate stalk or stem, and the leaf also, so it feels kind of waxy, and it's in that little heart shape right there. It's a member of the Violacea family, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and also just another plant that you can commonly find in yards. So here we have chickweed. Chickweed is another really common plant that you'll see in lawns, open spaces, really common in disturbed areas. It is an invasive species, so it's gonna come into that area and really take over. Ways that we can identify it is it does have these itty bitty little flowers on it. The petals are white, and it's actually 5 petals, but they're really deeply lobed, so it might look like it has more, like 10, but it is just 5. We can categorize the leaves. It has this kind of ovally shape to it, and the leaves are opposite to each other on the stem. You can see right there, see how they kind of stem out from the same place on the stem. They pop out at the same place on the stem like that, so it's called opposite. And the stalks have like a single line of tiny hairs on it. You can find that, but they're really tiny, and the stem is really tiny. Hey, thanks so much for tuning into this video. I hope it's inspired you to get outside, get some fresh air. Please stay tuned for other environmental education videos we have coming your way. And also check the video description down there to see a nature journaling exercise that goes along with this video. So thank you so much.